You apply for a job at let's say 11 p.m. You wake up the next day at 6 a.m. Sorry, I'm like,
sorry to
who reviewed this?
Bro.
Child.
And it got to a point where I even like started starring them. So like I know which one.
Hi, friends.
I'm Nana,
I'm Bree.
I'm Sandra.
and you're welcome to
Faith and Friends podcast.
So we are from the Piccadilly PIWC Church based here in Manchester, and as young people in the church, we meet here on this podcast to talk all things faith, lifestyle, and culture.
Every week, we invite a friend to have these conversations with us, and we hope that as you listen, it inspires you to start these conversations with your friends as well.
So join us on this journey as we explore all these topics. Get a friend on board and don't forget to follow us on our socials.
Make sure you follow us.
Stay tuned.
Hi,
Hey,
friends. Welcome back to the Faith and Friends podcast. We are excited to be back with this episode. What's up?
And the bridge is looking at my face, she started laughing.
You know, honestly, for the past couple of episodes, our intros are so bad.
it's not
Yeah, we are naturals.
Continue.
It's no words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Clifford.
Yeah, as you can see, honestly, the intros are just like, yeah, it's always Nana. Anyway, as you can see, we are not alone. It's not
Yeah.
just the three of us. We have a special friend.
Face
visiting
off
us.
Piccadilly.
Come on.
Don't even start with that.
No, but you know,
Yeah.
if we're gonna rate man in Piccadilly, though, I feel like he's gonna make top three.
Top
He's
three?
definitely gonna make top
Don't
three.
start with this pressure.
What do you
already.
think, though?
Sets
What do
the
you
bar.
think?
He sets
I'm
the
not
bar.
gonna
He
put
sets the bar.
myself in the top three, but I'm just.
You're not.
What do you
would I do
mean?
that?
You're
Put it
ah,
in the
come
top three,
on.
I'm not gonna
come
do
on.
that.
I feel like
I don't
it's
think I tried.
you.
Then who?
Are we naming names?
No, let's not do that.
No, but it's nothing wrong with that.
Go ahead.
Nah.
I want to hear
Wait,
it.
No, wait, where would you put yourself though? Top three.
Top
It's
10.
not vain. I don't think it's vain.
Top
I mean,
10,
you're a
innit?
good-looking guy, aren't you?
Top 10.
I would
Come
say
on
yeah, I
now.
am. Yeah.
Yeah.
No guy would say they're not good looking. No
No,
guy.
you
No,
really
but no guy would say
Yeah.
But you're not top three.
I wouldn't say I'm top three. I'm just there.
Top
innit?
10.
I'm just there. I'm just there.
Oh,
But it's a
anyway.
privilege to
Now
do.
we'll let the ladies raise it. Brie, what you say? What you say? Is Clifford making top three?
Sandra, why are you letting Nana take over your episode?
I'm literally like just trying to see what's
Nah.
happening. I was like, no. I mean, I did say, yeah, top 3, definitely.
Oh.
Nah, it's a blessing though. I'll take that.
Yeah. Let's look at the positive. Let's not go there. Honestly, Nana, you've just been on this relationship agenda this
No,
whole
because,
season.
2024, we need more marriages. We need more,
Amen.
yeah. You
But
guys,
then
be,
again,
you know.
where is your man? But we will not get into that.
Yeah,
I'm
we're not
just
getting
gonna
to that.
drop
We're not
there.
getting to that.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, Clifford, who are you?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm Clifford, but everyone pretty much calls me Cliff, so let's just go with Cliff.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the first time hearing this.
Really?
Well, everyone calls me Cliff.
Everyone calls him
Every-
Cliff.
I don't. If
Really?
you call me Clifford, then I don't know you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everyone calls me Cliff, so
Surely
let's go
you
with
don't know
that.
him.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So I'm a recent chemical engineering graduate.
Come on now.
Go on.
Do I say like one interesting fact as well? Or
Yeah,
do I
you can
actually-
go for it. You
Go
can go
I
for it.
find it always hard with these ones actually, but one interesting fact. I'm
Top
just an
three.
interesting guy. Let's not do that. I think I'm just like I really love films. I'm like a really good films critic. Like I watch a film and I try like criticize it. Is it weird?
Really?
And I try to recommend films to people.
Okay, give me a top
If-
three.
Top
I'm going
three.
to put you on the spot.
Taking
Oh,
over my episode.
I think I recently watched this film called Hypnotic. I'll put that up. That's
Okay.
in my
Right.
top three. I watch this one called The Prestige as well. It's quite old.
Okay.
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 Yeah, it's got Hugh Jackman. I don't know if you know.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, he's in that.
Mm.
Then obviously the third one, it has to be any Marvel one. I'm a huge Marvel fan.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't say anything with Denzel in it.
Oh, probably on The Girl on Fire. So
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Hey.
I hear it.
that's a good
it.
top three.
Yeah.
Though,
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
it.
great top
That's
three,
probably
yeah.
one of the best intros we've had this season. No to any of our.
Can I just say,
I
I,
mean-
am really excited to be. I don't know.
Really?
There's no one. I came with so much
I'm gonna be
excitement.
very honest. Like from the start, Cliff was like, "I want to come on. I want to come on." I
I'm
wanna
so
come on."
excited. I don't think
I
you
wanna
guys
come
know.
on.
Like, even when people ask me, just in general, like my guys ask me about Christian podcasts, like it's so hard to like recommend one.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
the fact that you guys are doing it,
Yeah.
and just I can actually recommend my church podcast. Do you know what I mean? I have to big you guys up, man. So you're doing your thing.
Thank
so
you.
let's give it
Praise
a-
God.
And honestly, for this episode, like we couldn't think of a better person
yeah.
for this topic. And before I share, the topic, Nana has taken over the episode and has already
No.
broken the ice. But I wanted to ask all of us to quickly share what song or sound represents your current season. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be deep.
Sound.
Can be a TikTok meme. Can be a song. Anything.
That's hard. I'll let someone go first.
That's Clifford.
Who? I think you know when Tyler received the Grammy and she goes, "What the heck?" I think everything that happens to me now, that's the first one that comes into my head. What the heck? When she does it like in the proper South African accent, I'll probably say that's the sound right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sandra, who
Brie, I'm
you?
looking at you. What's it, Sandra? What about you?
Because I'm still thinking.
Oh, this is one that you're gonna like.
That's a
I mean,
hard.
I know your sound.
What? Finally.
No, I'm aside from finally. How does it go? I'll think about it and I'll say yours. But mine is probably peanut butter.
Oh.
It's like
What's
TikTok
that?
So
song.
basically, this is like literally, this is one of my favorite ever like memes. So there's this kid that he's reading like the bottle.
Oh, wait, that
So you hear me? NUTELLA. And the mom
Peanut
just
butter.
said,
Peanut
Oh,
butter.
yeah, I've
Literally,
seen
my
that.
life.
I've seen
You
that.
see, like something is happening, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's like it's completely different. Some
Different.
people are like,
Yeah.
yeah, Nutella is
Nah, I get
peanut
that.
butter.
Wow.
That was
It
a
is what
good
it is.
one.
It's
That's
fine.
an
was a good
interesting
one.
analogy to
Do
use
you
for
know
your
what?
life.
I'm thinking. I feel like there's many sounds.
Oh, wow.
I was laughing
Oh,
before
wow.
because our girls were saying, "I will marry."
The question for that. The altar.
Yeah.
But no, I think probably will be. I don't know if you've seen this one. The kid that goes, "So beautiful, so elegant,
That's
just
it.
looking like a wow,
Ah.
black color wow."
That's the full TikTok as well, isn't it?
Oh, man.
But I definitely would say that one. And like, you
Wow.
still haven't given
No,
us
I'm
a
trying to
sound.
think. So I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but there's a child as well, and I think she was. I don't know what happened in the video, but at some point she just goes like, "Yo."
Yeah.
She's like, "Yo."
Yeah.
And that's me like when I've had a long day getting to bed around 1 a.m. I've submitted like a late project report.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
Deep in your life. How did they have done?
So I woke up one time, then Charmaine is like, you know, you got into bed and before you got into bed, you're like, yo. And I didn't leave like, yeah, that's like, yo.
Bro.
Yeah, that yo represents a whole lot. Like
It says a lot of words.
fatigue, it represents like
Literally.
I'm just over it. I just need
yeah,
a
yeah,
holiday.
yeah.
Nah, I feel
That's the
one.
sound.
I feel that sound.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
But yeah, so today we just want to just explore all things adulthood. You know, we want to look at the bright side of it and just look at how, you know, transitioning from uni to studying full time to being a full on adult and, you know, just how that journey has been.
Yeah.
And Nana loves stories, so I'm going to share a story.
Yeah, story time.
When I was actually preparing for this, the scripture that came to mind was Proverbs 1:9. Honestly, guys, if you ever need some motivation in life, go and read Proverbs. You just have to go into action. And it's literally like saying man plans, but it's God that orders our steps.
Yeah.
And then obviously I go to start, and I just found Proverbs 16:1. Translate. What was it? What version was it? I think the Passion, and literally says, "Go ahead and make all the plans that you want, but it's the Lord who will ultimately direct your steps." And I was literally like, "Ciao." And it literally took me back to like all the plans I made during uni. And how now I'm literally like, yeah, God really is just gonna do his own thing, like God math. So yeah, I just wanted to ask how the transition was from like finishing uni, graduating. Did you have any plans, or were you just like, God will do it?
I think that brings us back to the topic of what is adulthood for everyone.
Yeah.
So like, I've always said to me, adulthood is like figuring it out stage. That's what my definition of adulthood is. Like you've come out of one stage and you're in a new stage. You're
Yeah.
literally trying to figure it out. What works for you? What doesn't work for you? What path to take? What path not to take? Do you know what I mean? And it comes with a lot of decisions. And if you're not careful, it could lead you into a bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
And it could also lead you into a good one. So
Yeah.
it's the case where, because you're on your own as well. All these things, you're having to do it independently. And it's literally like, it could either have like I said, it could either have a negative or a positive effect on your life.
Definitely.
But the whole transition from let's say uni, for me personally, it was tough. It was tough. Like back to your question about how did we figure out, like, did we plan things? Of course, I started planning in my last, I think before I submitted my last assignment, I started planning, this is where I want to work, this is where I see myself in the next year, this 2 years. And let's just say God's plan.
God
is
laughs.
good.
God laughs at our
We make
plans.
our plans, but God makes his own plan. So I feel like with me, I planned, but obviously God said, Clifford, I'm gonna take these plans out of your hand and I'll make my plan. So I think that's how I answer that.
What was the biggest thing that shocked you out of uni?
I think going back home
Yeah.
and losing your independence. I think that would, for me, it was a big thing because I was away from family for such a long time.
Right.
I would literally just come home for like Easter and Christmas. So to come back and it's just like you're there every single day, and just so difficult. But like, I guess it's part of life now.
Yeah.
I think
Did you
that
feel
was-
like a step back?
It did. But I feel like it felt like a step back in a way. But yeah,
Honestly, I
tough
feel
one.
like I feel you to the core because the thing, I did languages, and when I was finishing uni, like, I genuinely didn't think finding a job was gonna be that hard.
What did you think?
No, honestly,
Thank you.
I think it's something that is not
genuinely.
discussed. It's not really discussed. It's
Really?
like,
No, for real.
Especially when you go to a good uni.
When you go to
Yeah.
a good uni, I feel like you kind of like just
expect it.
Expect it.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
bad.
Oh no,
So
this
you
is the
can't-
problem.
Let
You know
me
why?
land
No,
there.
let me jump in. You're fighting that problem because you grew up in this country. When you're coming from Ghana, you know it's gonna be hard.
You know the green.
Nah, but
You know it's gonna be hard.
no, you literally like Loki was like I Loki felt like it was gonna be like easy to find something that I like. Don't get me wrong, I feel like you can find job, but something that I like that was like kind of different. So I think similarly to you, I couldn't even move back home, bro. Like we already
Really?
had the discussion about what home is in this
Yeah.
podcast, but like graciously, like when I finished, like I had nothing, like I didn't know what I was doing, didn't have a stable job. I was doing an internship, didn't know what was gonna happen after. So my friend literally opened her doors, her and her family.
Wow.
I was supposed to stay there like a
Couple
summer.
of months. Yeah.
Why here?
Girls like, I'm not paying rent.
Why here?
No,
Why here? I was still there. But it's a fact. It's not even that I didn't want to leave. So
Yeah.
much like happened, and I feel like because like they've literally become family now.
Yeah.
Is that you're home? Why are you leaving?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of you leaving? Like, you know, you have space. You have your own like space.
Yeah.
Why do you want to leave? So I think like that.
No, I
It
hear
kind of
that
felt like moving back home in a
Right.
sense.
Yeah.
And I had gone like more than like pretty much my whole life has been like living independently.
Independent.
Right.
So for me, the challenge was living under a household with family. Bruh, that was new to me at my
Yeah.
big age. Do you know? So it was literally like learning, like submitting.
Sharing,
you're
please.
going out sharing.
It's
That's a big one.
That's a
because
huge
It's a
one.
big
we were
thing
all
for
girls,
That's a
and
huge one.
Sandra will tell you, don't copy me, don't take it, it's mine.
Don't eat
Don't
Bree's
eat my food. Don't you've not.
Don't
asked
take her
me,
clothes.
don't touch it. Like, why are you touching my stuff? You know.
Yeah.
And I think you can really tell like I did not grow up with siblings because for like them it was normal.
Yeah.
The shock on my face when they just like, why are you wearing my clothes? Like,
It's not normal.
it's not normal for me. Like, what are you doing?
I
Like,
bought it. It's
and
mine.
it's like they will literally just exchange. So I feel like in hindsight, now that I'm not living there anymore,
Yeah.
I see how much it's taught me so much about like, you know, sharing, serving one another, even just like obedience. Something like going out, you have to tell like your parents. Why.
Yeah.
And once again, normal, but in my brain is like, no, I don't have
it's
to.
not.
I'm going out. I'll be back. You see me
Yeah,
when I'm back home.
yeah.
I no.
Yeah.
Ask permission, even just inform them.
Yeah.
And what time? When are you going? What time are you coming back? I was like, right, like I'm not at these
You gotta
questions
do
before.
that. Yeah.
I just gotta pack my bag and like bye y'all. So I definitely feel you on that in terms of like that step. It will feel like a step back because it's like it's not what you're used to. But I
Yeah.
think now that I look back at it, it was
Yeah.
definitely maturity and growth
It was.
I get that.
that happened
Wow.
there. But what
Yeah.
about you, Sandra?
What about me? So, I was at home. I was a home student. Yeah. But I definitely feel the pressure, like high key feel the pressure, because before it was like, I'm doing uni, I'm just doing my thing. Now it's like, I mean, like we said in the previous episode, like my parents, honestly, God bless them, they are very understanding in terms of like what I want to do and where I want to go. So in terms of like jobs, yes, my mom will ask me, and like literally, she'll ask me, but it's not like you have to start now, or you don't have a roof over your head, you have to start paying bills. But it's more so like keep going, don't give up.
I think that's a big one. Keep going.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if it's because like they've gone through it with my sister. Like my sister moved back in.
Oh right.
So it was literally like for her it was like having to start again. So I guess there's that understanding there. But yeah, I think for me it's more. You might not think it is, but for me it's pressure because I'm a very independent person, and not that I don't want to rely on them, but I feel like I just want to do my own thing and give back to them rather than still being I need help. Yeah, so in that sense it's being hard because I'm literally like I just want to start working, I just want to
literally
pay these people back.
Come back to the plans as well. You plan that, or you come out, you're gonna start working, give it back
immediately.
I get that. The independence, everyone wants to feel independent, and I had someone say this, that the day you become an adult is when you stop taking money from your parents. I'm a baby girl. And the reason is that sometimes you feel like you have a safety net you can always fall back on. So if I go mess up, I know that I can always go back to my parents and go ask for something. My dad would always say, like, after that paying for uni, we're done. Like you're an adult. You need, Even though like there have been several times that he supported us even after uni. But I think that idea that he kept dropping, that you need to be independent after I'm done paying for your school. So right from China, when I went back to Ghana after 4 years in China. In Ghana, you guys probably know we have the National Service Scheme. Yeah. So you sort of go into 1 year of working with a company that you're placed at. Yeah. Right? And you're paid like
chicken change.
Is it?
It's bad.
It's about, is it 100? No, now it's even less than $100. It's about $60, $70 a month.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. If you convert, it's about $60, $70 a month. So taking that money, you can't rent with $60, $70 in Accra, regardless of even where you stay at. Because wow. So yeah, but like you said, you have the support of your parents, who can give you a place to stay. But also you start realizing that you need to build something.
Yeah.
Right. So that independence becomes, you start hearing questions of, okay, when is marriage coming in? You start getting all those questions like, I'm making $60, $70.
Who am I marrying?
Where?
What bride price?
Wait, what money?
Yeah, do you get me? Yeah. So you go through that phase as well. Then after a year in national service, I then moved to the UK to do my master's. UK
it's just built different.
This place is hot.
It's actually tough.
It is.
Look, I hit my lowest point when I applied to volunteer and I was rejected.
Oh, wow.
Can we talk about the rejection?
Look,
you talked about it in your thingy.
They rejected you for volunteering?
I said, guys,
free.
just to be clear, this is not paid volunteer.
Something free.
I said I'll work for free.
They still rejected you.
They still rejected me, bro. Do you know what it does to your self-esteem?
No.
You graduate from
rejection, right?
Let's be clear.
Russell Group University.
Not bragging. Russell Group distinction. Probably top of my class. If I'm not exaggerating, like top 3 even. And
even free work.
They said no. You apply for a job at let's say 11 p.m. You wake up the next day at 6 a.m. Sorry, I'm like, who reviewed this between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m.? Who's doing this?
I felt that so many times.
Bro,
it's even taken out. I think one of them, I must have replied, I think in the morning, and I said, let me just take a nap. It was a nap.
Oh no.
It wasn't even like a sleep.
these
It was a
people
nap.
have emails ready to go out.
Yeah.
They will test your
They have
patience.
like a set.
They will let you know, welcome to adulthood. And so that for me, because I'd gotten the hint, like, okay, you need to start applying for jobs right even before you finish your masters. So I was doing all that. I did over 50, 70. I can't. It's a lot. At some point, you start spreading your seeds everywhere. You're like, give me anything.
I'll take it. Yeah, I hear it.
And people just keep rejecting you. So, and I'm sure we can all relate to some extent going through that phase of rejection. So it's a big part of it, learning how to deal with rejection.
And how was it for you? Because I know you talked about it in your podcast. Like the first time I applied for this job, and I was like, I mean, you don't really get, a master's in nursing. I've got something to speak for.
You thought you had enough in it?
I even have extra qualification. We are sorry to inform you that I was like, come again. I just closed it. I went to bed. So not today. But how did you persevere? Because it can get quite hard. When you're
there was no other option, Sandra.
You have no option.
Even then, no, but even then, people will still even when you don't have an option, people will still just
give up.
They don't have bills to pay. Sis,
it's your situation that
give up even when you have bills to pay. Like I know people give up on you started one thing, you just take anything because you just give up. Like Brie was saying previously, just stop dreaming and you just settle for anything.
No, at this point, to be honest, you just want a job. That was the phase I was in. I nearly hit, and this is no shade to people who work living in the care. Like at some point, I was considering doing the care job. And bro, I went to see one of my good friends, and he was gonna help me get through it. And he was like, "You're gonna do training for 2 or 3 weeks or something." I'm like, "What?
You need money now."
I'm like, what do you mean to do it? So I said, "No, I'm not gonna do it." So I was introduced to admin work. At some point, that wasn't paying so much, so I went to do warehouse. Bro, I went in the warehouse for 2 days. I quit after the second day. I promise. I quit.
Got that story in warehouse.
I quit. I quit. Yo. Bro,
this is not for me.
You took yourself through it the first day. I'm like, bro, this is a lot. I put on the highlighter thing. The vest. I'm moving the thing. So I go to the first day. I remember it was a Russian lady. She looks at me. She's like, bro, we do it like this. You push it down. You push it down. I'm like, okay. I take a break. We come back. So we do a whole night thing. So I would work from 10 a.m. to 6. Then go to my admin job, sleep for 2 hours, and go to my admin job at 9 a.m. Second day, I was like, no.
This is not for me.
No, I was telling myself, I was like, nah, man. Let me. So I told them, I think it was around the COVID season as well. I got COVID, but I didn't have COVID. But I got COVID. Same. And so I didn't go back. I was like, no, I'm done. 2 days. That job will break you. I respect anyone who works in the warehouse.
Physical strength for that,
bro.
Physical strength too.
You have to be built different. You have
well.
to be built, especially when you're doing those night shifts.
No.
You know what these people do? Night shift always pays more than the morning.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a life from hell.
It's
that 2 extra pounds, you use it to buy medicine. I promise you. Because these people, they will mess you up. They will mess you up. They will mess up your waist. Yo, I was raising this and I was like,
he was trying to prepare for marriage.
I'm going to get married, so how am I going to use my waist now? I'm like, no. God. I called my dad. I was like, I'm not working there anymore. He's like, so, like, have you seen? I'm not doing
life
this
is hard.
I'm going to do my admin work. I'll do something else. Now, some people are blessed to be able to use their energy.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like God allows me to use my brain, so that's why I use it.
It's not for everyone.
Nah, not me.
It's not for everyone. Another thing that I find interesting is that you see a lot of people come out of uni and it's literally
straightforward for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how did you deal with that? Like looking at perhaps your peers who got into things quite easily and you're here. Unfortunately, we are sad to inform you that you did not get the job.
Guys.
Because I know you have a
I have
previous-
laughed right?
Do you need a minute? Do you need a minute?
No, I'm okay. I think I'm ready. I just need to stop looking at that because I feel like I start laughing every time I start looking at it.
Now I can laugh about it now, but back then it was painful.
I would have loved to
we've all
see
been
you in
through
the
it, man.
best.
We've actually all been through it.
Pain. No, I feel like for me it was definitely it was hard, but also like I feel like it wasn't too much pressure to an extent, just because I knew that we all kind of had like different paths. Like one of my friends, for example, like sis has been on it from first year when I was out here having no clue what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got an internship here. You know when they apply for lots of internship and now they're posting on LinkedIn. Like she knew the minute she started uni what she wanted to do. I literally started uni not knowing what I wanted to do. The biggest advice that I had when applying for university course was do what you like.
Yeah.
And then eventually you'll figure something out. I was like, cool, I like languages. Let me do that, which is what I did. So I think when we finished, she had a secure job. She was getting money. And then there I was, nothing, internship that was trying to pay me some rubbish money.
They were going to pay you.
You've been volunteering, didn't want to.
Oh, none of you is volunteering alone, man.
Bro.
Volunteering get rejected.
I actually want to hear what company he is after this.
I'll share.
After that, shut up. But yes, I think one thing I definitely did learn during the process was not to chase after money. So when I finished university, after that internship, prayer, and then this job opportunity came out. Now the money was good, money was screaming. I'm trying to be like my friends and get lots of money.
That time
I went in, the job. It was like a sales role, okay? But the way they advertised it was a bit different from the reality of it, right? Yeah. When I tell you, those were the most stressful 3 months of my life. Like, first month was kind of okay-ish. Already after week one of the guys that I started with got fired.
Oh, wow.
So then I was on the spot. Like,
wait, you started with someone and the person got fired?
After 1 week.
After 1 week. On the spot.
On
like,
the spot.
He came to the office, you're fired.
Leave your stuff and go. In fact, we even bring your stuff.
Must have been serious. Weekend. Wow.
Bro, and after that as well. So then obviously the pressure for me, and I was like, the money is good. There was also like, extra commission and stuff like that.
Yeah, sales year was gonna get.
But then I was like, also that is not worth it. So for me, I really had to learn not to chase after money, because at some point, like, because of comparison, I wanted to be earning the same as like the people, my friends. So, they're doing good things, they're doing big things. Let me also try jump in. But I was like, at what cost? Because best believe that towards my second, third month, I was going to work in tears. Like, literally, I was like, if it got to a point, it was so much anxiety that I was like, I don't want to be here. There's not an ounce of me that wants to be here. And I was really, like, thankful and grateful to be surrounded by, like, supportive people. To a point where, like, literally, my friends was like, if you have to quit this job now and find something else, do it. Don't be waiting to find something else before, like, because realistically, this thing is actually, like, sucking any sort of, like, energy out of you. So I was like, if I have to do that, I'm going to do that. Now, God being so gracious, I found something else. That 1 week notice, that day I dressed well. That day I did makeup.
She really did.
I went to work. I was looking cute. And I was like, oh, hi, can I speak to you? I just left it. I was like, next week you're not seeing me. That's how, and I felt such relief. I don't think you understand, like, such a weight lifted off me. And that's when I started to, like, work in charity. But literally throughout that process, what I learned is that the reason I literally went for that in the first place, money. That was literally the only, money is the only reason why I went there, because I knew I had no business in doing sales. I had no business in sales. But the money was so good. I was like, you know what? Like, I can't miss this chance. So I think comparing yourself to other people and what other people are earning can put you into some of these circumstances. Because some people be earning, some of them are 40, 50K. Man. And you're looking at them like, bro, like, I want to be like that. But literally, like, what does God want you to do? Because at that moment, that's when I surrendered. As a Lord, I can't do this. Where do you want me? I hate this place. I don't want to do anything like that. Where can I be a good fit? And he was like, okay, cool. This is where I want you to be. I applied, got it, and I worked there. So yeah, definitely, I think changes it's quite common when you like finish university and navigating like career wise. But I suppose that one question that I really had really was, what is kind of like, obviously apart from like the career struggle, like one of the biggest struggles that you've had moving from like uni to now being a worker,
certified adult.
I think it's the fact that, like, throughout, I don't know, back in uni, you used to do part time, so you could literally do freestyle. But like, you're in full time.
Yeah.
So it's like you actually have to, you can't call in sick. You can't just wake up in one day and just call in sick. I think that used to be me part time. I usually like, I'd wake up one day and I'm like, can't be over today. I'm just calling in sick. But if you're working full time, it's just like, you can't. You're risking like your job.
You're committed to the job.
You have to be committed.
Responsibility.
So I think I think it's having that responsibility on your heart. That's one thing I would say to that one.
Man, even me when I wake up and I'm deep in debating my life. You know the meme of the woman.
Well, you're
The
just
amount of times you
sat-
deep like
just
you
sat
look
on
at
the
your
bed,
phone, you look at the
in your
alarm, you're
life.
like, do I have to go today? Nah.
No, I get that. Because sometimes, I mean, and going through that phase does not mean that you don't like your work.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, because
It doesn't.
you know, you do love your work, but sometimes you just like,
That's
I
why
need
you
a
don't do
break
it.
from
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I just need to pause. Where's the pause button in life?
In
But
it.
life is just
Can't catch
fast
a break.
forwarding
Going,
the whole
yeah.
time, and
Catch a break, man.
you know, so I guess it's important to understand when you are not also putting in effort, because some people might listen to this and think, oh, you're being lazy. Like in your sales job, for example, you should have persevered, but you don't know what that was doing to her mentally.
Context.
Like someone would have said, I remember when I told my dad about quitting warehouse. Like, I'm not surprised, because my dad is all about the hard work and all of that. You don't understand. I was breaking
different
down.
generational mentality. that they had.
So I have so much respect for people who are able to handle 3 jobs and 4 jobs and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, total respect, but honestly, that thing was draining me. So it wasn't even from a place of laziness, because I would never advocate for that. I would never condone laziness, but it was just recognizing that, look, there are other ways to it, and that's what for me I'm also learning throughout this phase of adulthood, like understanding how to diversify yourself. There are smart ways to make money, and there are also other ways that we have become so accustomed to. So we just toe the line. And if we're just gonna be factual here, not even factual, real here. When you're coming to the UK, most of the time, 90% of the time, everyone's going to tell you about, oh, you need to get into the care industry.
Yeah.
You need to get into, because that's what our parents have done for a long time, and we thank God, because it's cleaning and care. It's giving provision to a lot of people, and we thank God for that. But I think we also need to get into the space where we explore other areas of work as well. You know, I didn't know about this admin job, but that admin job was paying more than this warehouse and other. Was paying like £13, £30 an hour. Ken was giving him like £9 an hour. Wasn't 9.05.
What you're doing?
£9.50. £9.50. But admin was paying 13. But you know, lack of knowledge, my people perish. So let's explore other things. So adulthood will challenge you to also find other smart ways to make smart and legal ways to make money, because people be out there doing other things.
All sorts of things.
I think coming back on your question, actually, I think Bree mentioned something about having a supportive group. Like, you know, when you come out and some people are here getting these big time jobs, and you're like, oh, wow. With my role, and I'm relating to myself, it was hard in a way, but because I had such a tight supportive group, in my heart I had faith. So I was like, oh, if God has done it for this guy, he's definitely gonna do it for me. If I've seen him do it for him, he's gonna do it for me. It's just about my turn, waiting my turn. Do you know what I mean? So I felt like it was my supportive group that kept on going. Like, we started organizing these prayers, or everyone would be praying for me. At that point, it turned my sadness into like oh, I kept on believing that it's going to happen now. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about the support. Like Bree said, it's your supportive group that you have to keep you pushing and keep you going, because it's tough. Like, even seeing like these lot go on these like fancy holidays. You're like, hey, when
How
would
can
it be
you
my
afford
turn?
it? How can you afford
When would it
it?
be
Yeah,
my
me too.
turn? When would it be my turn? But yeah, it's just
Soon.
like
Watch out.
persevering and praying and having that faith.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. But no,
Back to back holiday.
You got to the point you didn't want to
You're
see
like-
the stories anymore.
do we have the same annual leave? Because
I'm like, what's happening?
Why are you so
Do people get extra? I don't know.
Yeah, we do.
It's giving someone
Extra
giving
holiday.
holiday allowance somewhere.
you could work from anywhere.
Yeah,
So-
work from home.
Yeah, working from home.
No,
all
but
of
it's
that
good
as
you
well.
had community that was doing that for
Yeah.
you.
No,
I
Because
honestly, I
was
think
the
literally
that's
gonna ask
yeah,
you.
the same way
Honestly.
you were looking at it as God has done it for them, He's gonna do it for me. Someone is also looking at them as, oh, that's delay for me. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's good you had that perspective.
Honestly,
Instead, you get what I mean?
no.
And the fact that your friends could also do that for you, like
No,
pray
that's
with
what I'm
you,
saying.
and
It felt like,
that's
oh,
beautiful.
they
Not
actually-
everyone has that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm so
That's-
blessed with that. Though. I
Nah,
think
that's really
one thing I
good.
appreciate
That's really
so
good.
I was literally going to ask, like, how have you found building a community?
Yeah.
You know,
After.
as you after uni, because you know,
much. Yeah.
in uni it's very easy to make friends out of convenience.
Mm.
But once you're out, you're an adult. You need people that are gonna step in for you
Yeah.
when things are happening. You know, getting married, having kids.
Yeah.
You can't just have friends out of convenience.
Yeah.
So how have you found like the transition from uni friends to like creating a community?
Yeah,
Anyone wants to
that's
take
deep.
that?
That's deep. I
You
think,
should answer yourself.
Yeah, you start off.
Me.
do you know, I'll go first. I'll go
Yeah,
first.
go
You go
for it.
first. Yeah,
That sounds
Bree,
big.
go first.
I think when it comes to friendship, that's one thing that I've always like cherished, and I've had the privilege to live in like different countries. Like honestly, my friends joke that I have 10,000 friends because everywhere I go,
She has.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
literally have
Make
somewhere that I
friends.
can go, and these
Nah,
people
that's
like I
good.
literally love
I want to be like Bree,
keeping.
man.
We all
Everywhere
wanna
you
be
go.
like
Everybody
you.
wants to be like
When we
Bree.
grow
You got
up, we
someone
wanna
to
be
sleep
like
everywhere you go.
No. But literally, like I feel like I love building those connections and keeping in touch, even if it's like that once a year call that we're having.
Yeah.
Just literally checking up on each other and seeing how we're doing. So I think at uni, I literally had that same energy, like lots. In fact, all my uni friends I'm still in contact with now.
Wow,
like
that's good.
every single one of them. And I think by the time I started uni, I had given my life to Christ. So a lot of my relationship were intentional.
Right.
And we're like Christ centered in a
Yeah.
way. So like these were people that maybe I went Pensa with, or these were people that I met at church. So realistically, we were all kind of like in the same group. So even though like we separated after uni, we're still in touch.
Yeah.
But then now, obviously, the really good question was like, you know, I don't see them every day.
Mhm.
So what do I do then in that, you know, Monday to Saturday that I don't see them, or like this the Monday to Sunday in a month that I don't see them. And that really came with it being intentional, like generally going outside of my comfort zone to getting to know people and being open to have new people in my life. 'Cause I feel like, you know, when you go uni, like you create your friendship
bubble.
circle.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like,
you do.
I'm done. Like I don't
Yeah,
want
that's
no
it.
more people
100%.
So
in.
that's taking me for the 4
Do
years.
you feel
yeah,
like
I
I've
know.
actually built this relationship
Yeah,
up, but you want me
literally.
to let someone new in?
Into it, nah.
That's a bit too
I
long.
get what you
But
mean.
we're generally even just trusting God. Just be like, okay, I want you to talk to this person. I want you to do this. Like, go out with this person, meet them up, and then eventually, as I was trusting Him, these that have now become people that, you know, I still talk to, that in my day-to-day life I'm able to kind of open up with.
Yeah.
So I think it was literally for me being intentional
Right.
about like seeking those people, about like talking to those people, and just understanding that realistically, like even my friends I don't talk to, they're still my friends, and then they love me regardless.
Yeah.
But within your community, you still need to be intentional
Literally.
about
100%.
building relationships,
Yeah.
because ultimately we all need support. You know, when I was
Yeah.
ill, was it not my friends that were out here like sending me food or dropping me stuff? Like you need people around you. Like it's not a one man island. You know,
Yeah.
make those relationships, make those connections.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say
True.
intentionality.
I think with me, I would say church actually. Like church kept me going when I came back. Obviously, like period when you wasn't having a job and it's like the whole week you're at home, was nothing to look forward to. Then it came to Sunday and like I think joining groups like Pastor banging about joining like a ministry. I think
Yeah.
it built like when I started joining ministry, it made me want to like look forward to Sundays. Like it made me want to like come because I know I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna actually enjoy coming to church.
Right.
So bonding, doing all of that made me look forward to something. It gave me even more hope as well. Like I know that I'm active. I'm trying to stay active in church as well. So it built that as well. Joining, like I said, joining groups as well. I think that's all I could say to that one. Church kept me going literally
Right.
during the tough periods and stuff.
Friends. Hey.
You international.
He's not good at that. That's why.
No,
But he does have a lot of friends.
but
though.
like he has a lot of international friends because obviously he
'Cause,
studied
yeah.
in China.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the thing about that people don't realize is there's a lot of Africans in China.
Yeah.
So there are very few African countries that I would go to and not have a place to stay because my friends are spread across the continent. But with those friends, I think I built better friendships in China than I did here in the UK. Masters was a year. I did make friends over that period, and some of them I'm still in touch with. But with 4 years in China, you get
you have
to
time.
explore different sides of people and all of that. And here it's like really quick. You know, we're getting that degree, and
Yeah, he even got a wife in the process.
right. But yeah, for me, friendships have played a huge role. People that can put you on.
Right, friends, isn't it?
Friends that are willing to, I have a very good friend from Colombia. His name is Christian. He watches the podcast, by the way. Shout out to Christian.
Give us the feedback last time.
Yeah, he gave us feedback at the time.
Shout out to him.
Yeah. And, there was a time he looked at my LinkedIn profile, like, no, like, I'm looking at your LinkedIn profile, and I'm not sure what exactly you do, because you're spread all apart. You need friends like that, And this is someone that I, literally one of my brothers, like, really good friend of mine. And so you need friends like that. These are friendships that are built throughout uni and that are still, supporting me in everything that I do. And so those friendships are really dear to my heart. They've been able to support me career-wise. They've been able to help me in my Christian faith. And until now, we still keep in touch.
Yeah.
The once at Masters is, we catch up here and there on Instagram. I wouldn't say it was that deep. I think it was just one friend, Isaiah, who's in the US now doing his PhD, that we talk from every now and then. But yeah, I think my real authentic friendships were built during my 4 years in China. Yeah.
Wow. So how do you deal with, there's that meme of you want to meet with your friend and you have to schedule it like 50 working days prior. How are you dealing with that?
That's adulthood and
how are you dealing with?
Do you have to deal with that as well? Because you have all your friends within the UK, I would say, or most of your friends within the UK.
Yeah, I think going out. When was the last time we went out?
I mean, you don't have to go out.
I mean, to be honest, like in terms of that, like I'm gonna use this perfect example, and that's probably been like my favorite thing about like working in soul food is sometimes I work at Soul Food Royal, and my good friend lives right across the road. So, and there's this specific day. She thought I finished. I literally messaged her and I was like, "Oh, I'm coming over." She thought I'd finished my shift. I was just coming for my break. The girl had made me a whole meal.
Wow.
I ate, and then I was like, "Oh, it's time to go. It's time to go. We're tired. It's time to go. Oh, I need to go. I'll just run. I'll be fine." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going." She was like, "What? You're leaving now?" And I was like, "Yeah. I just came for lunch." But it's like Bree said, being intentional about like making those moments. It doesn't have to be like a scheduled, let's go out for dinner.
Yeah.
Let's just make the most of the moments we have. Like literally, I'm Bree's favorite colleague. We don't work together, but we are on the phone throughout the workday.
Guys, Sandra has helped me through so many of my jobs.
Three jobs so far. I'm her favorite colleague.
Like, because most of my work is like from home. So literally, because I don't have like interaction, I'll just FaceTime Sandra and I'll put her on the table.
We're just working.
I just start working. So I literally call her my favorite colleague because it's like, she's literally the one person.
No, that's nice.
She's been there.
Yeah.
When I tell you, like literally, I wake up, I'll be working, and I'm like, interaction, no one, Sandra. And it's a feel that she's probably doing some sort of work.
Yeah.
But she'll pick up and like we're both just kind of like typing on our laptop. A few interactions here and there. It literally feels like you're in the office, or you kind of have that interaction. But I definitely feel like that still comes with being intentional. Like checking up on her. At some point, like I did that with Emily as well, who's been here. So lots of studying. Oh, study buddy. Let me just FaceTime her kind of thing.
Yeah.
So just being like intentional with the time that I have, as little as it is. Like, how can I still make sure that I'm connecting with like these people? Nah, that was a good one. Favorite colleague.
I think also you touched on faith, and I just wanted to ask, how are you building your faith in this transition? Like Clifford mentioned, transition. It is a transition, so it it does feel like, you know, it's a change even in your identity. So how are you managing the change in your identity with God? Because it can be a struggle when you don't know who you are anymore. Because you had an identity as a uni student, and now you're literally like, I don't know who I am. And how are you doing that with God?
Wow. So on faith, I would say this. When I was in uni, talking bachelor's degree here, I was part of a church community that was very vibrant. And you know what? When you're part of a community and you're within, you know, you guys meet a lot, you know, you go for meetings together, it's relatively easier because you get that support community.
Yeah.
But once you leave China and you go back home and you don't have that support community, it becomes like, okay, no one is going to be calling you if you miss Bible study now. You know, if you miss Sunday service, no one would be able to tell if you're not in church. And so how do you then forge and continue that? That's where your friendships come in again. Because the friendships were not only built because they were going to be good during uni, but they're also going to be good outside of uni. And one of my brothers, shout out to Mordecai, from who lives in Botswana. You know, we talk. If it's once a month, you know, I get that oomph of encouragement from Mordecai. Like, bro, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. And so that's, for me, that's how I've seen that transition. And also taking, you know, your own personal initiative. At the end of the day, it's like, God, your friends can worship God for you. You know, they can encourage you, they can do all of that, but at the end of the day, you've got to grow in the faith yourself. And the challenges that you go through also solidify your faith.
It does.
You gotta pray when you got.
How do you not give up the?
It gets to a point where you're fasting and you're like, bro, I didn't used to fast like that. Like you're fasting.
It's
and
like
you're on
now
and
we understand we have become our
Yeah.
parents.
That's what I'm saying. It's all a transition period. Like I'm actually doing what my parents like. I understand it more when my parents like pray about things. Like, usually you pray about it and just not fast about it. But like now they're praising and fasting.
Some only go by prayer and
you
fasting.
wake up when you're even waking up at like 3 a.m. and start speaking. I'm thinking, this is what my parents do, and now I've become my parents. Now. So I think it kind of like edifies your faith as well. It does. It edifies me personally. It's edified like my prayer life, doing everything on my own. Like I don't need to rely on like a group or like a group that we used to pray together every Wednesday. Like I do it regularly on my ones now.
Right.
And like he said as well, it's not just obviously leaving everything to God, but also you have to also take initiative. You can't just say that you're praying about it, but not putting in an application to it. So it's like doing both and balancing and just keeping that faith that it's going to work out for you good in a way.
100%.
So that's pretty much what kept me going as well. So
I love it. I think just to wrap up, you know, we've got students who are preparing to transition. So just one advice that you would give to yourself as a uni student.
Or that I'll give to myself.
That you can give
to
encourage any uni student preparing. It can be on any of the topics we've talked about. Don't apply for volunteering or warehouse.
Volunteering is a lie.
No.
No free jobs.
Oh man. For me, I'll say this. Everyone you meet knows something that you don't know. So take advantage of that. And not in a way of taking advantage of people, but actually diversifying yourself, opening up yourself to different opportunities. Don't close up yourself within uni. Get to know people outside of your circle. Get uncomfortable and do several things so that you can leverage those things in the future.
Wow.
That was good.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a fantastic one. I definitely would say ask for help. Ask for help. You are not alone. Ask for help. Like, it will surprise you how many people have experience, kind of linked to it, like have experience or know more than you do, and therefore they're able to kind of help you. So don't just think like, you know, you're the only person going through this. No one can help you. Like, as you know, you don't know. Perhaps your neighbor has the answer that you're looking for. But unless you tell your neighbor what's going on, unless you open up, how are they gonna, you know? So I definitely would say like, be willing to ask for help and just say
100%.
that, hey, I need support.
Yeah.
What about you,
I'll
Cliff?
probably say keep the faith. Like,
Oof,
it's
yeah.
going to get hard. Not everyone's gonna be on the same wavelength as you as well. So
Yeah.
just keep going. Like, there's light at the end of the tunnel, one way or the other.
Yeah.
So just keep going, keep pushing. Even when you're getting older, unfortunately, just as much as it will hurt your self-esteem, like, try not to like look at it as much. Because if I was to load my emails and I showed you the amount of
Oh, child.
and it got to a point where I even like started starring them. So like I know which
How
ones.
many?
It's a lot. But like I said, just keep the faith. And like Bree said, you're not alone. So just ask for help. And like Nana said as well, like be willing to like open your doors to like other opportunities as well.
Yeah.
Because you never know where that opportunity might take you. It might not what you wanted. But like it might probably end you somewhere that you never thought would end you. So yeah, I think that's what I could add that to
Why
that.
you looking
Mental
at me?
health.
Go on, Sandra.
Mental
finish
health.
yours.
Why you looking at me?
Give us something on mental health.
I'm not. I'm still in the transition phase.
Transition period.
Once I secure the job, I can tell the story about how this job came about. But right now, I think while we're all talking, one thing that came to mind was Psalm 23. Though I walk through the shadow of the valley, like I fear no evil, or God is with us, and the valley is not necessarily a valley, is whatever you're going through in the transition period, and it looks different for every person. So just keep in mind that God is with you. Like we said, He has a purpose and a plan for you.
Right.
And also, I think the last thing I would say that I think I wish I'd done better, actually write the vision down. So when it starts to like look shaky, you can go back to it and check, even with God. Yeah, I think that's we're preaching. But yeah, I think that is everything. This was so fun and so deep at the same time.
Man. I loved it, man.
We've loved having you, honestly. Like
Top
I said,
three.
Top three.
My
Top
God.
three.
I'm toxic.
Nana, you didn't ask him the question.
Nana's not gonna let that go.
Nah, but you
Can
know,
I say, Nana?
a lot of people are excited about you coming on the pod. They want to know.
No.
They want to know, Cliff.
Yeah.
They want to know.
I feel like I know what's coming.
Okay.
I feel like I know
okay.
what's coming.
Since you know,
Just-
let me not
just-
ask.
yeah, just
but
do your thing, innit?
Let the people
Wait,
know.
you have to ask me to answer. I might just say the wrong
you
thing.
know-
To be honest,
Okay.
we've asked all of our guests.
Yeah.
Actually, most of our guests.
Are you seeing someone?
It's something
Bree,
like that.
what-
Something like that.
Clifford.
Another complicated person.
that's-
Or should I say Cliff?
Clifford was giving your dad
the
is
Clifford
about to
is- we don't know
Clifford.
each other. Cliff, yeah. I get it, I get it.
Cliff.
Yeah.
Cliff.
But okay, you know what? Let me. I think I'm just gonna say potentially. Yeah.
Potentially.
What is
it? No, that's
potentially?
mixed signals.
This is
No, it's
giving
not mixed
Nathaniel.
signals.
Mixed
It's
So
signals.
you're not available
He
to.
means he's not available.
You're not
yeah,
available.
exactly.
You're not on the street.
Yeah.
I'm not on the streets.
Top three.
Are we surprised though? Anyways, but
No,
you say
nothing. No more buts. No more buts. But
Okay.
actually, I was gonna shout out to Bree as well. Your reception, it was immaculate. So yeah,
Oh.
gotta give it to her.
Thank you, Chloe.
You're welcome.
But yeah, that is everything from us. As usual, share with your friends, and if you're in Manchester, you are more than welcome to join us at PRWC Piccadilly. We'd love to have you. You know, like Clip said, building a community helps a lot. So yeah, and if you're not, please find a Bible believing church and be grounded there. That's definitely gonna help you in your transition period. That is everything from us. We will catch you later.
Adios.
Let's go.